So this is the first unit we're going to cover. We're going to cover 4 units. The first one is the short stories unit. Make sure that you look on everything. This class, you need to do a lot of reading and a lot of outside kind of research to make sure you're understanding all of the stories. But I give you everything online, so you have the resources available to you. You didn't even have to buy the text because I give you the links to all the stories. Alright, so this is just some information about it. Lesson 1, you're going to think about literary terms. You're going to get started. Okay, you're going to look at several different authors. There's a lecture you should listen to. I have lots of additional resources. I'm using IE and I highly recommend using it. You can use another browser, but if you ever have issues and something isn't opening, go to IE, right click and open in a new tab. I know that they said to use Firefox, that it works better, but I have better success with IE. So, you know, play around with it, see what you can get. Okay? There's a quiz here. Make sure you listen to this before you take this quiz. Click on everything. Okay? These are the readings. Make sure you read the stories. Okay? Everything is here. Okay? You can right click. You don't need to look at the text. It's right there for you. You don't even have to go digging in your Norton Sampler to find it. Okay? So do all of that first before you start taking any quizzes. Okay? Make sure you look at everything. There will be a quiz on each of the authors, so make sure that you read the story first. Make sure that you understand the story before, and I have additional resources for you, so if you're not understanding the story, which is, you know, that's fine. You're not supposed to understand it the first time, but click on all of these sites. Again, right click, open a new tab. They're all here for you. You're going to have to do some research with Comp 2. It's not like Comp 1, if obviously I'm assuming you all took Comp 1 at some point. So, you know, this is a lot of extra reading on your own time. So look at the information, there's the quiz, there's the forum, there's a discussion post for each of the stories as well. You need to do that. Okay, Poe, obviously I think you're familiar with Edgar Allan Poe. Again, you're going to look at the Cask of Amontillado, great story. Make sure you understand it. Okay? I give you tons of resources, so you should be able to understand everything. And if not, just, you know, shoot me an email on my courses. It's not a big deal. Okay? So that's all the information. Again, additional resources, a quiz, and the forum. That's all just under lesson 1. Okay? Lesson 2 is preparing to write. Okay? So you need to look at all of the information. You're going to have Nathaniel Hawthorne, some readings for him. You're going to look at a lecture, make sure you understand it. Again, additional resources. There's a quiz, there's a forum. Okay? Again, James Joyce, you're going to look at the story Araby, readings, lecture transcripts, again, additional resources. Same kind of format. It didn't really change from what you already saw. Okay, short story analysis. This is really important. Okay, you're getting ready to write your literature piece. So you need to look through this. If you bought the Norton Sampler, then these are the page numbers you need to look at. Again, not a huge amount, but again, I'm going to give you links. You can click on these links. Again, you're going to open them and make sure you understand it. Okay, same thing here. There's the link for the OWL at Purdue. Make sure you understand it. Look at the short story literary analysis essay, okay, which you'll see. Here's the guide for the peer review. This is what you want to follow. This is the peer review guidelines. This is what you're going to be using to evaluate your classmates' work, these questions. If you're not going to use this, then you're not going to get full credit. Okay? You need to have these questions fully answered. These are the stories that you're reading. Okay? These are all the stories in the first unit, under short stories unit. Okay. Again, you're going to have to read through this more than once. There's a lot of information. There's a transcript here. There's an analysis essay. There's a sample analysis essay. There's an example for you to look at. There's the database, how to find resources, again, additional resources, and the thesis forum, where you're going to use that, those questions that I just told you, the peer review form, okay? So spend a lot of time, read through it. If you have questions, just let me know. All right, so that's all lesson 3. Now lesson 4, you're getting to drafting and revising. So again, you're going to click on everything. looking at some more stories. Faulkner and Fitzgerald here. Going back, look at the readings. Make sure you look at the additional resources, the quiz, the forums, the readings again for Fitzgerald. Okay, look at all of this, additional resources before you do the forum or the quiz. Short story analysis part 3. Okay, writing about literature. You're going to post your draft of your analysis. You're going to do your peer review. Go to the LSC. I'll give you 5 points extra credit if you go to the LSC and work with someone with your draft. It's all here. Make sure you do that. Highly recommend it. Remember, if you looked back at the syllabus, your papers are weighted the highest. So make sure you understand all of this. You really don't have to do that because all the drop boxes I have done as Turnitin drop boxes, okay? All right, and then the last thing, lesson 4. All right, lesson 4 is on polishing and submitting your final draft. You've got information on Hemingway, great story, Hills Like White Elephants, the readings, the transcript, the discussion. Again, same format, it didn't change. And then on Melville, read through all of this. Make sure you look at the additional resources, just like I showed you with everything else. Okay, I'll make this bigger so you can see it. But again, right-click, open in a new tab, use IE, and go ahead and use these extra links to help you analyze these stories. So basically, that's the first unit that we're going to be covering. It's the short stories units, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and lesson 4. Okay? So then we'll move into poetry and film and research. But for right now, just worry about your short stories. If you have any questions, feel free to email me on my courses.